Wednesday. Let's make something pretty today. Let's think spring. I'm going to give you guys some of my weather. It's gorgeous here in North Texas. Hope you're doing great. When you get here, type the keyword, which is flower, Flower, and say hi. Hope you're doing good. And we're going to get started. So I have this frame that I cut in my Etsy shop, and I spray painted. I did a little prep work today, you guys. I spray painted everything that I'm using today bright white, but it will come to you in an MDF. So you can get all of those things in my Etsy shop. We are going to start with, actually, we're going to paint the outside edge of the frame in Nominee, which is everybody's favorite color. Maybe not true, but a lot of people love this color, you guys. So it is a beautiful metallic gold. And you can paint wood and it makes it look like you have a gorgeous metal, gold metal frame. So if that's your vibe, this is your color. This might take a couple coats, but we will get her done. How's everybody doing today? Hi, Janet. Hi, Lena. How's it going? Welcome to my page, as usual. I hope you've had a good day. I hope people are treating you well. Hi, Ellen. Am I muted? Hang on. Let me check. I don't think, oh, I am. Dang it. Hang on. 1 second. I can fix that. How did that happen? Okay, I've been doing this for 4 years now. And I've done that twice. 2 times in 4 years. Crazy. Hopefully you have sound now, everybody. Hit the heart button if you can hear me. Hi, everybody. Sorry about that. I must have bumped something when I put my phone up in the case there. Can you hear me now? You should be able to hear me now. Hang on. I'm not muted now. Let me just make sure. I'll double check it on my end. Hang on. Hold, please. It still says muted. Hang on. Oh, it's super delayed. Super delayed. All right, now let's see. Sure. Oh, you can hear me now. You can hear me now. Hi, everybody. Sorry about that. So I've had to, since about 6 months or so ago, I'm going to guess that amount of time. I think it was about 6 months. Any of the creators that you know that go live that had iPhones used to, 6 months ago and before, we used to just be able to flip our camera and everything would be facing, you know, the right way for you and all that jazz. But now we've got to have our phones facing the other way, and when I put it up, I must have bumped something, so I apologize. Sorry, sissy. Gotta keep you guys on your toes all the time out there. I mean, there was a big button there that said I could see it after you mentioned, but there's a light in my face. It's hard to see. I'm glad you guys stuck it out and we figured it out. Yay, hi Kim Daniels, how you been? How's everybody been? All right, I am gonna probably give this one more coat. A lot of times Nominee will cover in one coat, but since I spray painted it, it's got a little slickness to it. So it's just gonna take one more coat, I think. Yes, it is. So this is a 9x9 frame. Typically you would want to use this kind of frame with any of our square transfers, or even the 9-inch round ones will work. But today we are going to make a size B transfer work on this also. Yay, I'm glad you all can hear me. Gorgeous day in North Texas. Anybody else? I hope you guys are out of the way of that awful avalanche. that I heard happened in California, Tahoe area, which is a gorgeous place, but wow, they got so much snow. They said the worst avalanche in history, I think is what my son said. I think that's what was said. All right, let me just double check this. All right, perfect. All right, so I've got the edge of my frame painted in Nominee. We're gonna set that over there to dry. Everything else I've already painted ahead of time, so we're all good to go on that. I did not get my water, which is weird. Tell me what you guys are up to today. We have some exciting things coming soon. We're very excited. As a designer, if you're a designer, in about an hour or so, we get to see some new and exciting things happening on our site coming so soon. Isn't that frame so pretty? And guys, I don't know if you know this, but I mean, I cut this as a 9x9, but if you ever need something in a different size, you can always message me and we can work it out. No problem. No problem. These are easily resized. I just list them at the size that's convenient. Very pretty day, but it's going to be cold. Is it going to be cold? I hope not here. I saw here it was going to be like in the 60s. I hope it's not going to be super cold. You're working on a project, Ellen? I love that. We're crafting together. Okay, so I just smoothed out my paint. This, like I said, is going to come like this, but I spray painted mine in a white. We are going to take this month's club transfer. You guys, you get 2 patterns with this. I'm going to use the dots. It's a heat wave today, 65. Good for you. Go out in your shorts. That's too cold for me to go out in shorts, but I'm glad you're getting some nicer weather than we were all getting a little while ago. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these dots and repeat them. Most of this is going to be covered. Like we're going to put the frame on top of here, but, oh, I didn't wax. Hang on. Don't forget to wax. You want to sand and then wax. Oh, you're going to be in the 50s. Well, maybe we are too. Charlene, we usually get similar weather, but I swore I saw mid-60s, which is, you know, not terrible. It's not terrible. I can do that for a little while. It's still winter clothes for me, though. Winter clothes for me when it's that. Hi, Jan. I got a Snoopy St. Patrick's Day transfer. Oh, that's exciting. You must have ordered the whole bundle, or you got it from somebody who was selling one. That's very exciting. All right, we're going to get this all waxed. It's just going to make your life easier if you wax, guys. It's going to make sure that your paint doesn't get pulled up and you're good to go. So I'm probably going to need to do this a few times. And I'm just kind of roughly making sure that everything is straight. What you want to do is take your transfer. You can only get this dot pattern and this plaid pattern if you are enrolled in the club, and that's only going to be available till the end of February. So you have a little bit longer left. We're going to use Nominee. Yes, Jan, for me, winter clothes, 60s. 60 to 20, I'm in winter clothes. I mean, it doesn't get that, not Michigan winter clothes, but Texas winter. Let me clarify. My winter clothes for Texas, I wear if it's in the 60s or under, but you know. But if it's going to be in the 70s, I'll wear, like I have a dress on today, no tights. Not Michigan cold, not Wisconsin cold. I barely even have enough clothes. I have like 2 sweaters that are from when I lived up north that I put on when we have our 1 week of cold. But definitely not your kind of winter. It's okay if you don't, you could not sand. It just gives you a better, easier surface, a cleaner lines. It's not the end of the world if you don't wax or if you don't sand. It's just that you want to fuzz really well. Sanding just makes your surface smoother. So Ellen, it's totally fine. Let me just try this edge here. Okay, and I'm just going to repeat this one more time. And what I'm going to do is roughly line up the last row of dots here. So I won't need to chalk those, but that way I know my transfer is straight and it's going to be easily repeatable. Okay. And then we're just going to take our paste. I love what these dots, like how they add just a little something to your backgrounds. I've been enjoying it. I really thought the plaid was what I was going to be pulling the most, but honestly, I've been reaching for these dots more than anything. It's just kind of what I've been doing. 50s, I can wear a long sleeve shirt, but not a sweater. It's too warm? Not me. That is not for me, my friend. All right, now we're going to do the edge here. And we're just going to repeat. This is already dry, so I'm going to try to just do all this without cleaning it, you guys, because nobody loves to clean your transfer 1,000 times. Okay, we're going to get away with, we'll see if we can do it. I would say if you're going to use, if you do a background like this, and you want to live on the edge a little bit, and you don't want to clean your transfer, use like a shimmer or nominee, because it won't dry as much in the silk screen as quickly, so you can get away with repeating your pattern like this without having to clean your transfer 1,000 times. Yeah, it was a freebie, Sissy, in the bundle if you ordered all the peanuts. If you ordered the entire peanuts bundle, it was a freebie. Or was it a freebie? I don't even think it was free. I think you just, hang on, now I gotta figure this out. So now I'm missing this row here. Okay, here we go. I'm like, how did I do this? I got it. These two go here. But you could only, I don't even know if it was free. I think you could only get it and pay for it if you bought the whole bundle. That's what it was. So see, I don't think it was free. You still paid for it. It just was exclusive. So you could only get it if you bought the whole bundle. Okay, that's the way that worked. Okay, this is our background for our frame. Isn't it super cute? All the little dots. It's so pretty. Okay, I'm going to set this aside and let it dry. And then the next step, we're going to add some water to our transfer, which is reusable. You'll be able to use it over and over again. Okay, now what are we going to do? I have all these cutouts, and I did spray paint them all before the live just to make your lives easier and my life easier. So the only thing left to do for these is I'm just going to give them a little bit of a sanding and wax them just to smooth it out. When you paint wood, it creates a little bit of the fibers kind of come up. If you forget this step, it's okay. It's just going to give you the best pull that you're going to want to have. Okay? So hit that heart button if you guys are watching. Appreciate you being here. It helps me grow, and I do appreciate it. All right, so I'm just going to quickly sand these a little bit. We are going to use the Market Flower pattern today. Now this transfer I'm going to use, it's a size B. Thank you for the hearts. This one is another one that's selling quickly. I've been trying to use the transfers this week in all my reels and my lives where they feel like they're the best sellers, I guess, and they want to make sure, you don't want to make sure you have an idea for them or decide to grab them before they sell out. So there are two that they predict will sell out soon. Forgiven will sell out pretty quick, and the Groovy Borders. Did you guys see the Groovy Borders? Those, I'm gonna have to do something with those too so you can see it. Hi Elizabeth, how have you been? I've not seen you in a while. Not on a live anyhow. I hope you've been doing okay. Hi Jen, how are you? I hope things are going well for you guys. I'm not gonna lie, the universe has been a little rough on me this week, but that's okay. Come on, universe. I'm tough, I can take it, but we're just gonna give everything just a quick wax. Buffing it back just a little bit, and my flowers are already pretty smooth. But this will keep it from pulling up on the paint pulling up on the back of my transfer. So let's do this. Okay, now I'm really crossing my fingers that these, I'm good. Good. You guys are both good. Well, that's good to hear. Okay, I'm crossing my fingers that these colors work together. Visually, they look good to me, but we shall see. I don't know if I'm going to switch pinks. Okay, so we are going to use all the cutouts that go with this, okay? If I use, oh wait, hang on. If I use the polka dot transfer and I want to use another transfer over it, yes. Yes, you do. So if you weren't using cutouts and you were doing the same exact design I'm doing, you would want to wait until your paste is completely dry from your dots. So that's why I say it over there. And then if you just wanted to lay this transfer on top of it, which you can absolutely do, you want to make sure that you wait for it to dry and then wax it, and then it should be good, okay? You absolutely can layer your transfers, just wax in between the layers. Just think of your wax as like a protector for your paste or your paint, whatever you're putting it on top of. Okay, hold please as I get this lined up. Hopefully that answers your question. Okay, and then we're gonna put the flowers, well, you know what? Maybe we'll just do this as we go. Let's do this as we go. Maybe I should have started at the bottom. Okay, we're gonna do these in Ivy, which is a real dark green. Hi, Janet, how are you? A real dark green. And I'm gonna do my best to kind of keep my paste away from this flower part. All the way around. You just want to press it in just like your butter and toast. Super easy. This is actually going to be a pretty quick project. So you want to get up your excess. You don't want all this paste sitting on top. You can put all that extra right back in your jar. Hi, Mary. Oh, good, Ellen, that's what I'm here for. All right, here is our leaves. We're gonna set that aside. Then we're going to work on the flowers. Okay, and then do I have the right flowers in the right spot? I think it goes this way. Let me see. I guess we'll find out. If we lay this down and it doesn't line up, we know we have it upside down. It does work. Perfect. Yay. Okay, so we're going to use 2 colors on this. And I'm just kind of thinking, do I want to, how do I want to do this? Usually I work from the outside in and then paste and pull, but I'm kind of thinking I'm going to do it the other way and see how it goes. All right, so I'm going to use Bumblebee for the center. But before I do that, I'm going to get everything else ready. We're going to use Peachy Keen for the flower, I think. You know what, let's just work on the center and then we'll ponder. Okay, so just using my multi-tool, I'm going to go here in the center. Okay, just like that. And then I'm going to lift this just to release that paste from the silkscreen, because what I want to do is try something. And I don't want to try it while I'm doing this. So here we go. We're going to mix Peachy Keen. This might be a terrible idea, and I'm going to go on a limb here and say it might. But we're going to mix Peachy Keen with a little bit of Nominee and see what happens. Because kind of what I was hoping to do was maybe warm up the Peachy Keen a little bit. But I don't know how that's going to work. No, it's going to make it look too, well, that's interesting. That is very interesting, actually. Let me add just a little more Peachy Keen to it, just to see. Because even though Peachy Keen is pretty pale, it's also a little bit, I don't know what the word is I want to look for, bright. I was just kind of thinking maybe this would mute it a little bit. Just soften it just a smidge. So like, I don't know if you can see the different ones. And we'll see how we like this. Hopefully this is enough. Okay, so since I lifted this, what we want to do is go around and just rub where I lifted the transfer, where I still need to chalk. Okay, and I'm going to try. This is going to be enough paste. So this is going to still give me a pale pink, but it's just not quite as bright as Peachy Keen can be. And this is going to be plenty of paste. All the way around, just like this. I do have plenty of paste, but I'm going to use it sparingly. And I'm just going to lift. Okay, I'm liking it. It's like a little lighter. It's sort of like Marvelous, if you guys have that color. This is a little bit, did anyone see something fly? You know what? Jen, I sometimes have, whoever asked that, sorry. I have orbs that fly around sometimes. And maybe because I've had such a rough week, maybe my loved ones are close. This has been happening, you guys, since I started doing this. We always said, a lot of my people, it's a long story, but this started from one of my followers. She followed me every morning. She would watch a replay. And we were talking about it at night. Somebody said something was flying around. And she said they're called orbs. And when you look that up, it's like your loved ones or whatever. Hi, Lori. All right, you guys, I love this. Let me show you the color. And it'll be slightly darker when it dries, but how pretty is that? That warmed it up just enough. I love it. Okay, we still need to do our words, so we're just gonna set this aside. And then we're gonna do the words flower market. And then we'll do the little words at the end. Okay, and I did not bring my water in, so I'm just gonna set everything to the right. So yeah, if you watch my videos and you see things flying around, there's nothing here, I promise. It's orbs, I guess. Okay. So we say it's grandma, but now my dad could be with her, so who knows? Okay, so same thing. I'm gonna line these up. And then we're gonna line this one up. And I'm gonna do all my words in nominee. Okay, that's just, brown would also look really nice. I originally started out this project thinking I would do stain the frame brown, but because I spray painted it white, I didn't think the stain look was gonna show up as well, so I went with gold. And I think I'm going to love it. Just telling you my process. Sometimes maybe that helps you also. All right, so we have the words flower market, and then we just have a few more small words at the bottom, and they are mostly connected. Okay, so we're gonna leave this, and I'm gonna line these up. And then, yesterday was a day, well, I've had 2 interesting days. But I messaged Jason, I said, I am stopping and getting ice cream on the way home. What kind do you want? So it was a eat your feelings kind of day. I said, I'm eating my feelings, and I got chocolate ice cream in the house. Which made my life happy. Sugar makes me happy, you guys. Sugar makes me happy. I know it won't in the long run, but in the short term, it makes me joyful. Okay. We're going to do these bottom ones also in, hi, Sissy. We're also going to do these bottom letters, words, in nominee. So we're going to do nominee for all the words. Okay. And just lift that up. And if anybody's counting, we're at 61 days left in the school year for me. In case you're wondering, and yes, I am counting. 61 days. All right, we've got all our words. This you're going to clean in your sink with water and a sponge or a board eraser. I do recommend a board eraser. And if you've been wanting to get them, they are back in stock, you guys. Back in stock. Because they were out for a little while. Okay, let's get everything. How do I want to do this? Let's spray your transfer if you're going to just keep working. When I'm making reels for you guys, I usually clean my transfers as I go. I take them to the sink. You can totally do that. But I'm not going to make you watch me clean a transfer unless you need me to. We're going to put all this paste aside and get our thing assembled, okay? All right. So let's go back to our frame. I think that's the best place to start. Everything should be dry by now. Yep. Okie dokie. So we are going to glue our frame together. I use wood glue. You can use tacky glue. You can use hot glue if you don't need a permanent hold. I just think the wood glue has worked really well for me, so that's what I use. Okay, so I'm just going to go around the edge. This one is almost out. I really should just open a new one. Okay, so we're just going to go around with our glue. Come on now, glue. I know you're in there. Hang on. Hold, please. I gotta get my little tool out. This is a Nancy problem here. There we go. It may just be done. Oh, here we go. It's not done. Okay. Have that angle down there. We're going to match up our frame. Just like that, all the way around. And you can clamp it if you want to, or you can just let it sit. And then we are going to make a plan, but my nominee is still wet, so I'm going to go ahead and dry this part while we make a plan with our flowers. Ooh, so far I'm loving these colors together. Hi Dawn, how are you? Hope you're good. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. Just making a plan here. I'm going to put flower marker at the top. Sort of. We are going to put our small words on the frame at the bottom. Probably like this. Something like this. Okay. I do recommend just making a plan before you glue everything down. And then for this, we're going to have it raised a little bit like this. But of course, I don't want to cover up my words. So let me just adjust. I don't think it goes that way. I think it goes this way. They're kind of drooping down, not up. Okay, so I'm going to lay it out like this and just glue it like this is what I'm thinking. Let me know what you think. Now you can get a bigger frame and do it just the way it comes on the transfer. This was just my idea. So I like the scallop frame. I like the square vibe. This is just what I like. Okay, and I'm just going to keep that facing straight down. Put that right there. We're going to glue these. There we go. I'm going to move it a little bit to the left. It's a little more even. Put the word market on here. Keyword today is flowers, so make sure you type that when you get here. And then you'll get a message from my page with everything that I'm using. Oh, full disclosure, I think I forgot to put the frame in the link. If you catch the replay of this, I will go back and add it. I'm on the struggle bus with this glue here. I need to just get off the bus. I'm like at the very, very end. Okay, that's in the center. I have another one. Let me just grab another glue. But where did I put it? It was in here. Here we go. Is this open? How come things sometimes just don't want to go the way you planned it? Ever. Sometimes things do not work out. So let me see. You know what? We're going to do life like this. Life is just challenging me today. I'm telling you, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's coming at me. I'm going to put this space thing way down here. And we're just going to paint some glue on here, and I'll fuss with my glue bottle after the live. Okay? That's just the way it's going to be. Okay. Why did I put all that glue all over this flower? I only need glue right here, you guys. Look at me. Hang on. I got to wipe. I don't really need all that glue on there. Okay. Again, it's drooping down. I'm going to put that right there. But we do need glue on these small words. And honestly, for the small ones, it's probably easier to do it this way anyway. All right, let me know what you think in the comments. Do you like the gold? I think this turned out really pretty. So pretty. Pretty. All my comments have totally stopped, so let me just refresh. And let me give you guys a closer look. What do you guys think of this? I don't want to do it too angled because this is still very wet. How pretty is this, you guys? I think it is gorgeous. What do you think about it? Hit the heart button and sprinkle. Type the word flower. Switch caps. No, I can't because this cap is it's a whole thing. You like it, Mary? I think this turned out so pretty. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out with me. There's still a sale going on for Perks members only. Make sure you check out the chalk spot where you can get all those surfaces at an extra 50% off. Thanks, Maud. You like the 3D effect? Thank you. I love it. But make sure you're in the perks program before you shop, because that way you can save 30% off, okay? All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate you. Bye, everyone.